Welcome to another episode of Business School on Business Access TV. My name is Lance McFarlane. I'm a math teacher from Sophomore Academics. Now, today we'll be looking at some algebra, simplifying some expressions. All right, ladies and gents, yes, expressions. And the first thing I'm going to ask you is, do you know what an expression is versus, let's say, an equation? Do you know the difference between an expression and an equation? I am going to, for instance, I'm going to put something on the board. Let's say 3 times a number, right, plus 2 is equal to 14. All right, so we have this right here. Is this an expression or is it an equation, ladies and gents? I hope you said it was an equation, because that's what it is. You notice we have this left hand side being equal to this right hand side. It's an equation. Equal sign, equation. So this is not an expression, ladies and gents. And look here, with an equation, you can solve an equation. And when we say we're solving an equation, you know, just like a detective or an investigator, you can solve mysteries, find out who did it. Guys, we can find out what is the value of this x, what is the numerical value of this x. So you can solve an equation, which means to find the value of x. No, so this is an equation. Let me just write that here, equation. So we will not be looking at equations today. We'll be looking at expressions. So an expression would be just the, just this 3x plus 2. Look at that, 3x plus 2. No equal sign. It is not left hand equal to a right hand side and you're trying to balance things. You cannot solve this. You cannot figure out what x is. They just said 3x plus 2. X can be anything. It can be 0, 1, 2. It can be a negative. It can be a positive infinity. You don't know. So equation, and this right here is an expression, ladies and gents. Expression. As a matter of fact, you know, just writing the number 10 by itself, just like that, that's an expression. Just writing -5 by itself, that's an expression. Just writing 15x, that's an expression. Or 3x plus 2y plus 1, that's an expression. So guys, these are examples of expressions. All right, and what we'll be doing today is we'll be simplifying some expressions. Okay, so and more so some algebraic expressions. Algebraic expressions are the expressions that have letters in there. All right, so let's start by also understanding what we mean when we do things. Guys, 2 times x, you guys know that 2 times x is the same thing as 2x, right? I just want to get some fundamentals out of the way. What is x plus x? Just to be clear, what is x plus x? It would be 2x, right? And what is x multiplied by x? Is that also 2x? No, it isn't. X times x, you know, when you multiply something by itself, that is, you are squaring it. So this is actually x squared. So guys, 2x means 2 times x, or x plus x. X squared means you're multiplying x by itself. So those are some fundamentals that we need to iron out from there. All right, let me ask you, what is x times y? X times y would be simply xy. So when you say xy, that is what it means. Let me go another step further. What is, for instance, 3 bracket x? This would be 3 times x, right? So we're building. So let us step it up a notch. What is 3 times x plus 1? And we do know that 3 bracket x like this is 3 times x. So there's an imaginary multiplication sign right here. 3 times. So once you see this bracket right here, guys, just read it as times. 3 times x. So this is saying 3 times x plus 1. You can put an imaginary multiplication sign there in your head. So 3 times x plus 1. How would you simplify this? Simple rule, ladies and gents. 3 times the bracket is 3 times each item or each thing, each term that is in the bracket. Now what is in the bracket? You have an x in the bracket and you have a positive 1. So ladies and gents, this is actually saying you need to multiply 3 by x and then 3 times 1. 3 times x, that gives you 3x. And then we have 3 times positive 1. 3 times positive 1, that gives you positive 3. All right, ladies and gents, so we would get 3x plus 3. Now, we have been slowly building up and we're now going to go to a break. And when we come back from the break, we shall continue building up to more and more complex situations. But it will be a breeze for us, ladies and gents. So see you on the other side of the break. Welcome back to Business School, ladies and gents. My name is Lance McFarlane. I'm your math teacher today. I'm from Sophomore Academics. And what topic are we looking at? Well, we're looking at some algebra. We're simplifying some algebraic expressions actually. Algebraic expressions are just expressions that have letters in them. Variables, unknowns, whatever you want to call them for now. All right, so we have been slowly building up. All right, we are now at our 7th example of how to simplify an algebraic expression. So we had this. This is where we left off. 3 multiplied by x plus 1. All right, ladies and gents. And you know, x plus 1. Can you simplify x plus 1 any further? No. So we just went ahead, we multiplied. You're wondering what I mean by that question? All right, let me show you what I mean by that question. You know how if you have a plus a, it will give you 2a. All right, but what if you should have a plus b? So apples plus bananas. Okay, let's say you have 3 apples plus 7 bananas. Can you say that any more simply? No. You can only say you have 3 apples plus 7 bananas. You know, but if you had 2 bananas plus 5 bananas, you can say that more simply to say you have 7 bananas. Because what's happening is these are unlike terms. Apples and bananas, they're unlike terms. You can't add them. But these are like terms, you can add them, right? So in the same sense, right here, you have x plus 1. X is a variable and you're adding 1, which is a number. They're unlike. You can't simplify it any further than that. Just letting you know. All right, so let's look at this for instance. Let me use negative 2 and we're multiplying negative 2 by whatever is in the bracket. And let's say what's in the bracket is x plus y. All right, so we're in the brackets. Can we simplify further in the bracket? No. So you just go to multiplying it. Remember, there's an imaginary multiplication sign there. So what this means is you use what's on the outside to multiply each term that is on the inside. So it's gonna be negative 2 times x and negative 2 times y. So negative 2 times x is gonna give you negative 2x and negative 2 times positive y. What's negative times positive? It's negative. So this is gonna be negative 2y. When you expand and simplify, you cannot simplify it any further. This is x, this is why you cannot simplify it any further. You can multiply unlike terms though. All right, so for instance right here, x times y, xy. So you can multiply unlike terms, but in terms of adding them, nah. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. So we have, help me out here. We have -5, and then in the open bracket, which means -5 times. Now we're gonna have 3x plus 2y minus 1. How would we do this? Now, ladies and gents, -5 just multiplies each term in the bracket. Just stick to the rules. Stick to the rules. -5 times 3x, that's -15x. -5 times positive 2y, that is going to be -10y. And then -5 times -1 is going to be +5. And then you look at this expression, it has 1, 2, 3 terms. Are any of them alike? This term has x, this has y, and this is just a constant. None of them are alike. You cannot simplify any further, ladies and gents. Let me step it up a notch. What about this right here? Suppose you see 5 plus 3, look at this, 2x plus 1. So this expression, 5 plus 3 times 2x plus 1. How exactly would we simplify this expression? Now, ladies and gents, when you look into the brackets, because you have to remember your order of operations, so you look into the brackets, can it be simplified any further? No, we have unlike terms. Read this though, this is saying 5 plus 3 times. So bear in mind that this is a multiplication taking place here. Many of your classmates would actually have done the addition first. 5 plus 3 is 8, and then use 8 to multiply what's in the bracket, but that would be wrong. You have to do the multiplication first, ladies and gents. So what you'd end up doing, you write down back your 5, right? But then, remember now, multiply before addition, order of operations. 3 2s, that gives you 6x. Then 3 times 1 gives you 3, ladies and gents. So this is actually 5 plus 6x plus 3. And what do we have here in this expression? We have like terms that we need to further simplify. Guys, what is 5 plus 3? That is 8. So we end up having 8 plus 6x, ladies and gents, for our final answer in this situation. Now we're going to go for a break, ladies and gents, and when we come back, we will still be doing some more algebraic expressions, simplifying them. So ladies and gents, tip for today. Now, imagine you're in math class, the teacher does a question you do not understand. You decide you're gonna wait a little bit. Listen, the moment you see that he's going to graduate to something more difficult, stop the teacher, ask your question. Remember, in math, we start at the basics and we build. If you do not understand the foundation, it's all going to crumble. Ask the questions, ladies and gents. That's my tip for today. Welcome back to Business School, ladies and gents. I am Lance McFarlane, math teacher from Sophomore Academics. Today, we've been looking at how to simplify some algebraic expressions, just doing some examples. We had done a number of them already. We're just going to continue doing some. Let's say we are now at number 13. All right, I'm going to look at this expression. Let's say you have 3m minus 2x plus 4. All right, 3m minus 2 times x plus 4. Remember, you have to do the multiplication that is taking place right here, ladies and gents. So what is the multiplication that is taking place? Guys, this is a minus 2. This is a what? A minus 2, a negative 2. So this is negative 2 times x and negative 2 times 4. All right, so let us just write that down. Negative 2 times x, that gives you negative 2x. And negative 2 times 4, that gives you negative 8. And you just write back down your 3m, just like that. Now, moving on. I'm going to step it up a notch. Follow me. Follow me, follow me, follow me. Let's say you have 3x multiplied by 2x plus 1 minus 2 x plus 3. Look at that, ladies and gents. How do we approach this? Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember, this is multiplying that is taking place. Multiplying that is taking place. You have to bear that in mind. And you have to bear the order of operations in mind. You look inside of your brackets. You know brackets, BIMDAS. You look inside your brackets. Cannot be simplified any further. What are the other operations taking place? Well, you see minus taking place, but you see multiplication taking place. What takes precedence? The multiplication. So you have to sort out the multiplication first. So let's do that. We have these two multiplications to take place. This one right here and this one right here. So let's do that. It's going to be 3x multiplying by 2x, which gives you what, ladies and gents? 3 times 2 is 6, and x times x is x squared. 3x now is going to have to multiply with 1. What is 3x multiplied by 1? 3x. Now, right here, let's multiply right here. Guys, this is a negative 2. Negative 2 multiplying with x is going to give you negative 2x. And negative 2 multiplying with 3 is going to give you negative 6. So we have this expression after we have removed the brackets, we have expanded, and we're going to now simplify. We have x squared, we have 2 terms with x, and then we'll have a constant. Guys, we only have these 2 terms being alike. So what is 3x minus 2x? 3x minus 2, what's 3 minus 2? That's 1. Alright, so this is going to be a positive 1x, but let me talk to you about that. So we bring back down this negative 6, and we bring back down this 6x squared. Now, it's 1x, but generally we do not write 1x. We just write x, and we know that there's an imaginary 1 right there in front of it. Alright, ladies and gents, so this has been simplified. Now, I want to show you one other example. Let us say we go, look at this, 3x plus 1, and this is going to be now 4x minus 5. Ladies and gents, this is actually saying this bracket being multiplied by, again, there's a multiplication sign taking place, multiplied by that bracket. How does this work? Look here. We have this 3x and we have this positive 1 over there. And over here you have this 4x and you have this negative 5. You just need to make sure that each item, each term in this bracket gets to multiply with each term over that bracket. That is it. So you'd go, 3x needs to multiply with 4x and 3x also needs to multiply with negative 5. And then there's nobody else for 3x to multiply with. And so 3x would be finished because already multiplied with 4x, already multiplied with negative 5. So 3x is done. Whose turn is it? It's 1's turn. So 1 is going to end up going, and then he multiplies with 4x and then with negative 5. So it's just to write in the answers. 3 times 4, guys, we'll have 12x squared minus 15x, right? And then 1 times 4x, that's positive 4x, and then 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. Then you look for like terms. Term in x, and there's another term in x. So this is gonna be, ladies and gents, 12x squared negative 11x, you can use your calculator, minus 5, and this has been simplified. Ladies and gents, simplifying algebraic expressions, nothing to run away from, very important, we need to know how to do it. Thank you for joining us on Business School for this episode. I look forward to seeing you on future episodes. My name is Lance McFarlane, I'm from Sophomore Academics. See you next time.